Hey guys, how you going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking Jon Ruda's W900 Highway Killer, and we've also got the Jon Ruda reefer trailer combination on the back there. And we're going to take a load from Yakima down to Salem. It's not a very long route. So here you can see we're coming, it was Yakima, but it's Wenatchee, I don't know how to say that one, down to Salem. And for the engine, we've got the 600 horsepower Flav Jerry Cat N6NZ. It's probably a bit strong for this load, but I built this truck just recently to hopefully take some heavy loads, but I've also been wanting to try out this trailer. And then so we've got the Flav Jerry engine, and then I've got the Z-Mods Kenworth interior sounds, and then just a couple of those Z-Mods extra mods like the reverb and that sort of thing. So in the interior we've gone fully blacked out here. We've got a stick there, since I'm driving the stick here. And yeah, that's probably it. We'll get this show on the road here. We're looking at 5 hours and 40-minute trip. It's currently 7 AM in game, so it looks like this time we won't be getting any sort of nighttime driving where you can't see anything, as I have made a habit of driving during the night where you can't get a lot seen. So another thing I have added to the profile here is Ethereal Black's physics mod, which gives the cabin some more realistic physics. I think it looks quite good myself. I've been enjoying it. I've set it up fairly well. I think I need to change my braking intensity a little bit, as I have flying into the back of people a few times. But, backing brake, I've got my little button box I've just added to the setup now, which has been working well. Turn my volume up, there we go. So we've got a bit of a bumpy ride to get out of this depot. It's weird, the off-road physics in this game is quite fun, but it's actually quite rare that you actually encounter it. I feel like there'd probably be some really cool off-road sort of tracks or deliveries you could do, but there might even be some, but I haven't really seen them. I suspect maybe places like Washington would have that sort of stuff. Sorry, just adjusting my volume a bit there. So the last few days I've really been fiddling with my graphics settings in this game. No matter what I do, I just can't quite get it to perform at the same level that Euro Truck does. Euro Truck I have really high FPS no matter what, but ATS, it seems like a lot of times I'll go into a town or something and I find it drops to about 40 frames, and it doesn't seem to matter what I change the settings to. It doesn't really give me any frames. The scale, changing the scale from 200% to 400% or whatever, doesn't really seem to improve it either. My computer's pretty much high end almost, so pretty disappointing. It seems like the optimization of the game itself's just bad, but I think I've got it to a bit of a better level at the cost of having nice graphics. I think I'll just have to keep mucking about with it until we can find a good balance of making everything look good whilst also performing, because even when you add OBS into the mix you find it adds a bit more strain on top of it as well. So we're hitting the town now, and I've still got over 60 frames, which is, I'm happy with that. I just want a solid 60. hopefully I can keep tweaking and we'll get that going. We made it, the brake worked. I think my braking intensity is at 40% or something at the moment. Oops, I have stalled. So that K100 I was driving, I had one slab jerry that I can actually go. I keep forgetting an American truck. The old red right turn. Yeah, I was using the ISX Cummins engine in the last video, and it took me a while to realise, but it was an engine you couldn't actually stall. Oh, I've gone too high. Yeah, you couldn't actually stall the engine because for some reason he had set it to be constantly at like 100 revs. Or no, 500 revs. So no matter what you did, there was at no point could you actually stall the engine. So I think it's made me get a little bit complacent with the shifting and stuff, so I am stalling here and there, but I definitely think I'm improving at driving. So I think, where are we at now? I've got almost 2,000 miles in this truck racked up, because I still do play the game between these videos, since, you know, I can't really listen to music due to copyright issues unless I play kind of rubbish music, or listen to podcasts and things like I like to do while playing this game on the YouTube videos, you know, so I do play quite often off camera. And what have I done? I think I'm up to 3 garages now. One of the garages will be full of my trucks. We're at 60. I'll just change that. So I do have an onboard computer set up here. I got sick of driving without them. But yeah, I'm gonna have a garage full of my trucks, and I think after this trip I'm going to organise getting a few more drivers, because I don't have issues with money, but I could certainly be making more. I've been taking a lot of shorter trips, which doesn't tend to make you much money in the grand scheme of things. We're going to go right here. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll see that quite bad at backing up these trailers, but in the last week it seems to have clicked in terms of reversing and getting a trailer in on the hard deliveries. So I've actually probably done about 15 in a row with not much trouble. The occasional one's quite difficult, but I've been finding them quite easy now, but no doubt that if I try and record it while we're on camera here, I will probably fail miserably. Might get some stage fright, but we'll give it a go at the end here. I think if it takes me too long I might cut it so you can see like 1 or 2 attempts, but you know, it's kind of hard to, as I haven't really made videos before, it's hard to determine exactly what sort of things you should cut, what sort of things you should keep, because ideally I'd like to have the videos be one take. I feel like that's more natural in terms of watching the gameplay, but you know, sometimes things go wrong, or you kind of hit a hiccup and it stretches the video out. I think in those conditions I'll cut things, but I'm not too sure. Maybe some people like to watch that. I mean, half the idea of the channel is that I am learning as a beginner, but you know, you like to keep things concise. I think that's one thing I'll just have to figure out with time. You know, I'm just experimenting almost, finding what I like to do. We're only going 60 here, the drive's feeling pretty comfy. It's gonna adjust through mark here, I might see a bit of head movement. Yeah, it's a bit better. yeah, and the video I just had about my button box, I've got that set up. It's all working really well. I've been using it a lot this week. One of the go here so we don't get mashed. Things I'm liking most is I'm tracking the fuel consumption, because usually to check that sort of thing you'd have to swap the onboard computer screen around, but I can just glance down at the box and see how far I've got left on a trip and how much miles I've got until I'm going to need to fuel up. So, and just earlier before I wanted to go to Arkansas, because I've bought that DLC, and the only trip I could find going there was to the border of Texarkana, so I made it there. I didn't get anywhere in there, and then I couldn't find any short jobs that would take me around, so I did get there, but still haven't seen any of it. It looks quite nice. I've seen the trailers and that, but yeah, during that I got the winter sale on the winter sale on Steam, I did just end up picking up all those DLCs as I mentioned before. So now I've got all of them except the paint packs, and you know, I think the paint packs they look nice, but it cost me so much money to get the DLCs for both games sorted. I actually sold an old, you know, those new 3DS XLs. I had like a really good quality one that had 2 of those IPS screens, if you know, the debacle with all that. So it was just sitting in my drawer, man. I sold it on eBay for a good price, and it covered every DLC, so considering I wasn't using it, I felt that was a good trade, because this is all I've been playing for the past month and a half or something. Plan on keep playing it. That's pretty much all I've been doing gaming wise for a while now. So I've got all that sorted. Looking forward to the next few states that are planned to come out. I'm gonna have to brake early here since can't really brake around this corner. Yeah, so I have been keeping up with the stuff SCS has been putting out about what they've got coming up. It looks good as usual. But yeah, and in my previous videos I did mention that I was playing a lot of ETS2 compared to American Truck Sim, and I think now lately do we need that? I can bypass. Yeah, so the last week I think ATS has exceeded my playtime on ETS2 by about 20 hours or something, and I haven't lost interest in it. I'll play it at some point, but I think the whole American truck culture and stuff's kind of pulled ahead for me again. And yeah, it feels more similar to Australia in some ways. But God, look at this curvy road coming up. This might be interesting. And yeah, I think the main thing ETS has in similarities though is we have a lot of cab overs in Australia if you get away from the road train style of trucking. Just today I live in a very suburban area and I saw a Mercedes Actros out the front of my house, which I thought was pretty cool. I haven't actually seen one of those before. I think it was a moving van, I think. They had like a little box truck on the back. Whereas usually I see Scanias all day. There's a lot of Isuzus. Don't know how good they are, but I think that's the one I see most commonly in this area. God, this road's interesting. I haven't been out this way before, that's why I chose this trip. But turn here. I think we're good. We'll just duck out. For some reason I find that indicator just doesn't always turn off. I'm not sure what causes that. God, it's having to commentate while driving and stuff. I tend to forget things sometimes. I notice I leave it clicking on in the background quite often. Do apologise about that, it's probably a bit annoying. Ooh, wow. Look at that, I've never seen anything like that in the game so far. Looks sick. A huge river. Where are we? Just bumped my camera. I'm just gonna check if that's good. Sorry, I just wanted to fix my camera there because I noticed it was a bit off. I've gotta find a way that I can mount it a bit better than it is now, since this is a bit awkward. I've knocked it over a couple of times, but where are we anyway? So, Yakima, the Delhi's, Pendleton. I've never seen that. That river's amazing. Or whatever it is. It looks so cool. When you alt-tab sometimes, it shifts you into neutral. It's very annoying. God, I think I'm gonna struggle here, actually. Wow, I don't think I've even seen a hill like this before. That's cool. Speaking of like terrain and the maps and that, I tried running the the GMC Logistics big map pack. They have, I think, one called Great America, and I was fiddling around with that. I tried it out a bit, and as I was just mentioning those weird performance issues I've been having, I drove through Mexico for 5 hours or something, and man, it's beautiful to look at, but performance there is horrible. There was some points where I was dropping down to 30 frames, and you know, I didn't want to have such a big discrepancy in what you're looking at half the time. Actually turn here, why isn't that neutral? Oh, I stalled. He's going that way. Whoa, that dude just ducked past me. Dude, go, what are you doing? Why is that? Because I alt-tabbed the splitter was all funny as well. Now I've wrapped. How did I was indicating, I had stopped and we turned right. I don't get that. Okay. Alright, let's get back into this. So it's 6. Alright, we had a bit of a hiccup there, but we're good. We're good. But anyway, back to the map mods. So, I really liked Mexico, but the performance drop you'd get from going from like down near the bottom of Texas and things like that into Mexico was so drastic that I didn't want to keep it. So I have removed it. I ended up getting rid of almost all my map mods. I've kept the Pro Mods Canada because, you know, the quality there is just so good that you don't even have to really think about it. And I have still got Alaska, as well as a road add-on of Alaska where you can drive from Canada to Alaska, and they're the only two I've kept, you know, because I'm quite new to the game and the community. I probably don't particularly need a huge map pack, you know. I've only got about 20% of map completion. There's so many good places I can actually drive that are optimized as well as they can be. So I think for now I'll just keep getting through and grinding through the actual SCS maps, but I think Alaska's worth keeping just because the quality I've seen looks quite good there, and it's just drastically different to the rest of the map. But I think one of these days one of these days I'll go do a job up there. I haven't quite figured out how to do a short job that will be just in Alaska. Once I look into that, we'll sort that out. Maybe I'll even do a video of where we go from Canada and do the what's it called, the road connection that will take you down there. Yeah, that goes, 'cause from what I've read, the quality of the road connection is actually quite good. Whereas in that GMC map pack I had a couple of Canadian things in Quebec and stuff, and there was a bunch of road connections that people had done between them, and I drove out there for a bit as well, but the road connections had like virtually nothing. It was just green like terrain on the side there, and it looked horrible, so that was one of the other reasons why I got rid of it. I drove out there for about 2 hours and I don't think I saw a building, so I think that's something I probably won't do again, to be honest. Yeah, it's hard to tell because there's not always many reviews on some of these map packs you see. Well, you know, one thing I haven't talked about in this video so far, it's kind of the theme of the video, isn't it? But yeah, this Jon Ruda truck, the Highway Killer, it's fantastic. I think I'm more partial to the... Do we need that? I can buy us. This area is really nice looking. I'm a bit more partial to these Kenworths, as in Australia we actually have these Kenworths and you can see them fairly often if you look. Whereas the 389 I was driving earlier, I don't think I've ever seen a Peterbilt here. You know, don't have that same sort of connection. I also do quite like this interior a bit more. All black's really nice. Oh, do we have a turn coming up? There. Chosen a really nice all purple, just plain purple metallic paint job. I saw on the SCS forum there was a little mini guide on how to get the metallic paint jobs looking really nice. You choose your main colour, then in the second box you use the exact same shade of the colour, but you just make it really dark as possible. And then in the third one you want to make it the same shade as well, but really just the whitest version you can while still keeping the colour. It makes the metallic paint look really good, so I've been experimenting a bit with that. Let's go out here. It's funny, I've been finding myself just spending ages designing trucks and that, when you don't even really see them a lot of the time when you're in the truck, but it is definitely fun to just spend a bunch of time personalising it. And I think, yeah, like I said, I really like this truck. I think it's going to be the one I spend a fair bit of time in. I think one thing I'm torn between in terms of making videos though is, if you're not making like some sort of career progression, let's say a career video like an owner-operator series or something, and you're just making like a trip videos like I have been, I feel like there's less interest you can find where you have the same truck over and over between videos, if that makes sense. I'm not sure. Kind of seems to make more sense that you do like a showcase trip in a truck. I'll probably go back to trucks after I've driven them, things like that. But yeah, I think in the next video there is a truck I've been wanting to drive. It is a Mac R Superliner by Dai Ling Wu. I've had my eye on it for a few weeks now, but I had noticed he hadn't updated the interior lighting. Hadn't been updated in a while, but I think I saw a bloke called Freebeard here just put a video out on it, and it was updated in the last day or two. And it's got the interior lighting and everything like that now. So I think it's all up to date. I think that's what I want to have a look at. So between this video and the next, I'll make some more money for the garages and I'll probably buy a new truck. What's going on over there? We got a train. Yeah, so the Mac R Superliner, it's a bit old school. Don't think it's very powerful. had my eye on these Macs, they look pretty cool. And I'm probably due to try out a lowboy trailer. Or, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but there is that style of lowboy where it has like a raised area as well. I've got to try one of those shortly. I think they tend to make the most money too. Goodness. On this short little trip we've done, we've seen huge mountains, a huge lake, and now we're in a huge city. This area is actually really cool. Look at that. That's amazing. I think this is one of the most diverse trips I've done in such a short amount of time. It's pretty cool, I like it. Oh, we got something behind us. We've got to go over here. While I'm kind of just rambling with my thoughts here, it's hard to like focus on the perfect driving. I've been under the speed limit for quite a lot of this video, I think. But that's alright, we've been going safely. Jeez, we got another big incline here. That's too high. 6. So after fiddling around with all the settings I did before, I turned stuff like SSAO to low and things like that, because you don't really tend to notice it too much. My frames have been 75-ish for most of this video. I think there was one small drop I saw when we were in a town just before, so I think it's looking a bit better. It just sucks because in ETS I can run everything fully maxed, put it on 400% and it like never drops below 80, it's weird. Whereas that just isn't happening in here. And I've done a lot of tweaking of my computer in general. I've undervolted the CPU, my GPU's overclocked, everything runs perfectly. Don't think it's a matter of my hardware or anything. Other games are performing fine. It's just strange that, and a bit disappointing that you can have such a good computer and still are struggling to run this game. And all I want to play is this. Oh, I gotta take a sip of me coffee here. I must say we're almost at 39 minutes. My last trip I just did on here was pretty awful. I crashed a couple of times quite badly. There was one dude. Stop, here we go. I rammed into the back of a bloke because I wasn't used to the brake thing and he slammed in front of me. And I think I got like 30% damage done to me or something ridiculous. Whereas this drive's been nice and relaxing. We saw some great scenery. Nothing's happened. The weather's looking a bit rubbish now, but we seem to have missed most of it. Sorry boys, I'm gonna have to merge awkwardly here. Oh, that was bad play by me there. I feel like merging with the AI and getting in front of them's a bit awkward. You've sometimes just kind of got to put your indicator on, puff out in front of them and hope for the best, hope they slow down. It is what it is. Gonna go right. Make this turn off here, we go left and whoa, our destination is almost there. Oh no, please go, please go, please go. I don't want to have to do a hill start. Come on, come on. Yes, we made it. There's no stop sign. I think I can just go. Really gotta investigate the actual road rules a little bit, because sometimes I'm not sure what I should be doing. So because I don't have a license in real life, I've started doing the theory tests a bit, and I can actually get almost past all of them purely by going off just my gaming experience without having to actually study it. So I think in the next maybe month, hopefully, I'll actually go sort my L learner plates out. Something I never wanted to do until I got into the sim driving. And now I'm quite determined to get in a car. So I think I'll sort that shortly. I want to drive manual, but I don't actually have access to a manual car in real life that I'll be able to learn in. I don't have a lot of family available and that sort of thing, and I'm an old man now that lives by himself. But I will have access to a 1999 Magna. It is, however, automatic. So I'll be good for driving. Like, I think it's only got 100 Ks on it. It'll be great for me to learn and that. But it's just a shame it's not automatic. I mean, it's not manual. Like, I don't particularly want a manual daily driver, I'd say. But in terms of the license, I would prefer to have that license available so you can have the option to drive both. Haven't figured out what I'm gonna do there. There must be a way around it. Maybe I can do the test manually or something. See, like, I feel like I could probably drive a manual car without traffic, of course. I'm not used to that, but just from playing these sims, I feel like I could probably do it. I'll obviously stall while I'm learning, but I think just from this alone, I could probably do it. When I'm sitting here and I can roughly shift at 18 speed, like, I know the theory behind it. I can't imagine it's that hard. Yeah, that's probably something I'll do shortly. I might keep you updated as I go. That'll be interesting. I doubt I might end up a car channel if we end up getting into that, but yeah, it's interesting. I think I kind of got into this. I was hoping it would make me want to drive, and I think we're there. Funnily, my settings, I didn't have my wheel in ATS set to 1800 for ages, and I hadn't realised. And now that I've actually done it, the wheel feels so much more relaxed. It's weird. I think I had it set to 1080 by accident. I probably reset the config at some point and just forgot to change it. It feels much better now. Yeah, with this serial black physics thing, the wheel feels a lot different to how it did, but it feels good. Okay, we'll give this hard parking a go. I'm a bit scared to see where it is. This place looks hard. Okay, so it's kind of in front of us. See, I know how to get into that position, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to direct it into that spot. Ideally, I want to be behind us, I think. Or over there. Okay, we're going to go left and we'll try that, I think. Oh, this is loud. I apologise if the audio is loud. I haven't figured out how to change the outside volume to be kind of in line with it. You get such a big difference when you swap cameras. Can I go up there? I don't know if that's gonna work. We'll give it a go. I've got some sort of machine out here that sounds horrible. Okay. I think I can make that. I feel it's just gonna be a bit tight, I think. This trailer, I've got to admit, I've been doing the freight market trailers and they're all pretty good. I've been getting those, but I've tried backing this trailer up a few times and with the length of it, it's quite horrible, I'm not gonna lie. My mouse is in such an awkward... I can't reverse in the first person camera, I'll admit that. But I think I was just planning to practice with this camera a bunch. And then once I'm comfortable in this mode, we'll do the first person. Oh, it's looking alright. I think I might need to straighten it up a bit. Is that good? That was actually pretty good for a first attempt. We'll go forward. So we'll go like that. Oh, I think I've pushed it out. I don't know. And now we want to go with a little bit. Oh, come on. At least just give me that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the trailer in the right spot. Okay, let me think. So we're here now. We want to go the right, that's straight. Go like that. The trailer's like that. We want it to go that way. I think. Yeah. Oh, I didn't shift. That's dumb. Oh no, oh no. I've gone the wrong way. I think we're good, we're good, we're good. I've just made that much worse. Oh, I'm an idiot. See, this is when I stall the most. It's when I'm trying to do these reverses. Poor truck is going to be copping a beating in this gravel here. Oh, I keep going the wrong way. There we go. Now, unload the trailer. We did it. I made it. I'm happy with that. We got no crashes. It was a nice smooth delivery. So we can have a look at our lovely truck here. Bit sick of that noise. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please subscribe. And we'll be back in the next one. Do something that's similar. There we go. Thanks guys. See you next time.